Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Yeah.
Today we're tackling something really cool. It's all about homesteading,
Oh,
but not the way you might typically think of it.
definitely not.
We're going to look at how you can make some serious cash while living that homestead dream.
Mm.
I mean, imagine earning like $16,000 a month
Wow.
just by doing what you love.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a whole bunch of articles and notes
Right.
all about this homesteader, Carrie, who's figured this out.
Yeah, she's really interesting.
And she's going to be our guide today.
Absolutely. Carrie's story it's really inspiring. It kind of flips the script on what we normally think of with homesteading.
Yeah, I told
It's
you.
not just about being self-sufficient anymore. It's
Right.
like she's built this whole thriving business.
Right, and she's doing it all from her homestead.
Mhm.
So first, let's just get to know Carrie a little bit.
Okay.
She's living out there on this beautiful property, gardening, taking care of her animals.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. She's also running a bunch of different businesses right from her home.
And that's the key here, right? Diversification.
Exactly. She's got all these different income streams.
And that's smart. That's how you stay financially stable these days.
Yeah, gives you so much peace of mind.
For sure.
So first up, let's talk Airbnb.
Okay.
Carrie's created this super cozy space on her property.
I've seen pictures. It looks so inviting.
Right. And she rents it out to people, people who want to get away from the city for a bit.
Makes sense.
And get this, she's making almost $4,000 a month just from Airbnb.
It's really tapping into that trend we're seeing.
Oh, what trends?
The experiential travel. People want authentic experiences.
Oh, yeah.
They're tired of the same old boring vacations.
Yeah, Carrie's basically giving them a taste of rural life.
Exactly. And it's a win-win for everyone.
Right. The guests have this great escape, and Carrie's making money. Now, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Could you do something like this? Do you have like a spare room? Or maybe some unique space on your property?
Good question. It's definitely worth thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, you could be sitting on a gold mine.
Well, and the thing is, it's not just about having a space. It's about the whole experience you create.
Oh, good point.
You got to think, what makes your place special?
Yeah, like what would make someone want to stay with you?
Exactly. Is it being near nature? Is it the quiet? Or maybe you can even offer like homesteading activities.
Yeah, well, I like that.
Yeah.
So it's like going above and beyond just a bed and breakfast.
Definitely. You got to make it memorable for people.
And speaking of going above and beyond, Carrie's also started this dog kennel business right there on her property.
Smart.
So many of her Airbnb guests probably bring their pets, and finding a good pet sitter could be a nightmare.
A total nightmare.
So she solved that problem and made another income stream for herself.
She's earning about $8,875 a month just from the dog kennel.
Wow. It was like she saw a need and just went for it.
Exactly. That's what entrepreneurs do.
Now, I know what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
You're thinking, starting a dog kennel sounds like super complicated.
It might seem that way, yeah.
But it's not as hard as you might think.
No, there's definitely stuff you need to figure out, like licenses and permits and all that.
Right, the legal stuff.
But there are tons of resources to help you navigate all of that.
Okay, so it's doable.
Absolutely. And you can always start small, like pet sitting for friends and neighbors, and then grow from there.
That's good strategy. Okay, so we've got Airbnb, the dog kennel. What else does Carrie do?
Oh, this one's fun. She's a reselling pro.
Like buying and selling stuff.
Yeah. She goes to auctions and garage sales and finds all this amazing stuff, like vintage items, furniture, stuff that other people just overlook.
Oh, so she's got a good eye for that kind of thing.
She does. And it's such a good side hustle, you don't need a lot of money to start.
So you're saying anyone could do this?
Pretty much. If you love the thrill of the hunt and you know a good deal when you see one.
Well, Carrie's definitely making it work. She's pulling in an extra $481 a month just from reselling.
That's pretty good for something you can do on the weekends.
Yeah, totally. Have you ever thought about doing that? Maybe
Yeah.
you've got a hidden talent for spotting vintage treasures.
Maybe.
You never know.
Okay.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. Airbnb, dog kennel, reselling. Carrie's definitely got the hustle going on.
She does. But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. She's also using the online world to boost her income.
Ooh, tell me more.
So she's got this YouTube channel, Homestead How.
Catchy name.
I know, right? And she documents her life, shares tips and tricks, basically connects with other homesteaders.
Smart. It's like a behind-the-scenes look at homesteading.
Exactly. And the best part is she's earning money from it.
Oh, yeah. How much?
Around $985 a month, on average.
No way. Just from YouTube.
Yep. Ad revenue, sponsorships, the whole 9 yards.
So she's basically getting paid to share her passion with the world.
That's the dream right there. And it's not even that hard to start a YouTube channel these days.
Really? I always thought it was super complicated.
It can be if you want it to be,
Yeah.
but you can keep it simple too.
Okay, so how would someone like me even get started?
Well, first, don't be afraid to just jump in and start filming.
Even if my videos are bad at first.
Especially if they're bad at first. You get better with practice.
Sure.
And the most important thing is to just be yourself. People can tell when you're not being genuine.
Oh, that's such good advice. Be authentic. Be yourself. Love it. Okay, so we've got YouTube, and I'm guessing there's even more.
You bet. Carrie's also using the Amazon Influencer Program.
Amazon Influencer Program.
Yeah, it's basically a platform where you can recommend products to your followers.
Oh, I've seen that.
And you earn a commission when people buy through your link.
So you're leveraging your expertise, and people trust your recommendations because they already follow you.
Exactly. And Carrie's crushing it. She's making like $7,268 a month just from that.
$7,268. That's insane. Okay, so we've covered Airbnb, a dog kennel, reselling, YouTube, and now the Amazon Influencer Program.
She's a busy woman.
But it's amazing. It shows that there are so many different ways to make money. But now, let's take a step back for a sec.
Okay.
What does all of this tell us about having multiple income streams?
Well, for me, it screams financial security. Yeah, it's like Carrie's built this safety net for herself.
A safety net woven from all her passions.
I love that. And it makes sense, right? Like if one thing slows down, the others can pick up the slack.
It's like a buffer against the ups and downs of, well, life.
Exactly. And especially when you're running your own show, like Carrie is, that stability is priceless.
Totally. It gives you that freedom to do what you love without constantly worrying about money.
And you know what else is cool about diversification?
What's that?
It's not just about the money.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
It's also about like exploring different parts of yourself.
I like that.
You're not putting all your eggs in one basket, so you get to try different things, see what sticks.
And who knows, maybe you'll discover a whole new passion you never even knew you had.
Exactly. So as we're going through all this, let's think about our own lives for a minute.
Okay.
What skills do you have that could become income streams?
Ooh, good question. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing?
Like, what makes you lose track of time?
Yeah. Maybe you're a baking whiz.
Or an amazing gardener.
Or maybe you're like a decluttering guru.
See? There's so many possibilities.
And you don't have to come up with something totally new. Remember how Carrie tapped into existing trends?
Right. Like the whole Airbnb and pet care thing.
Yeah. So what trends are you seeing? What are people needing or wanting these days?
Maybe there's a demand for online tutoring.
Or virtual fitness classes?
Or maybe people are looking for help with like meal prepping or grocery shopping.
See, there are needs everywhere.
You just got to open your eyes and see them.
Okay, so let's say you've got some ideas brewing. What's next?
Well, research is your best friend.
Makes sense.
See what other people are doing in those areas, you know? Like, are there any successful businesses you can learn from?
Oh, yeah. Like, what are their strategies? What makes them stand out?
Exactly. And don't forget to talk to people.
You mean like network?
Yeah. Friends, family, people in your community. You never know who might have some helpful insights.
It's amazing how much you can learn just by talking to people.
Oh, for sure. And of course, the internet is a goldmine of information.
So many resources out there.
Blogs, podcasts, online courses, you name it.
It's like having a virtual mentor at your fingertips.
Totally. And don't be afraid to experiment. Start small. Test things out.
Yeah, you don't have to go all in right away.
Nope. Maybe you offer your services to friends and family at a discount or launch a little online shop.
Just to get your feet wet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about taking those baby steps and building confidence as you go.
And speaking of confidence, let's loop back to what we were talking about before with like the mental side of all this.
Oh, yeah, the mindset stuff.
Because starting something new, it can be scary, right?
For sure. There's going to be doubt, fear, maybe even a little imposter syndrome creeping in.
That feeling of like, who am I to do this?
Yeah, it's totally normal, but it can be tough to deal with.
So how do we overcome that? How do we push past the fear and just go for it?
Well, that's exactly what we'll be digging into in the final part of our deep dive.
Ooh, can't wait. We're going to tackle all the mental and emotional aspects of building a successful income stream. Okay, so we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into Carrie's world.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground, her different businesses, the whole idea of multiple income streams.
But now it's time to tackle the mental game.
Oh, absolutely. That's huge.
Because honestly, that can be the hardest part.
It really can.
Starting something new, putting yourself out there, it can be so scary.
You're stepping outside your comfort zone.
Exactly. And that brings up all these doubts, fears.
Yeah, the imposter syndrome starts whispering in your ear.
Oh, that voice telling you you're not good enough, not experienced enough.
It happens to everyone.
But how do we deal with that? How do we quiet that voice down?
Well, I think the first step is to actually acknowledge those feelings.
Not try to ignore them.
No, embrace them. It means you're pushing yourself, you're growing.
So it's like fear is a sign that you're on the right track.
In a way, yeah. It means you're challenging yourself, and that's where the magic happens.
I like that. So instead of seeing fear as a stop sign, it's more like a challenge.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to go through this alone.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Find your people, your tribe, the ones who get it.
Your support system, your cheerleaders.
Exactly. They'll help you stay motivated and remind you why you're doing this.
Because let's be real, there will be bumps along the way.
Oh yeah, there will be setbacks, challenges.
Things won't always go as planned.
That's just part of the journey.
But it's about how you handle those bumps, right?
Absolutely. It's about resilience.
So bouncing back, learning from your mistakes.
Exactly. Every setback is a learning opportunity.
Okay, so we got to be resilient and we got to celebrate the wins, right?
Oh, yes. Celebrate all the wins, big or small.
It's so easy to get caught up in the big goals and forget to acknowledge the progress we're making.
It's like we're so focused on the destination that we forget to enjoy the journey.
Totally. But those little wins, they matter.
They keep us motivated. They remind us that we're capable of great things.
So give yourself a pat on the back every now and then.
You deserve it. Okay, so as we wrap up our time with Carrie and all the amazing things she's doing,
What's the biggest takeaway for you?
well, for me, it's that there's no one right way to do this.
There's no cookie cutter approach to success.
Nope. You got to find what works for you, what you're passionate about.
And then just go for it.
Exactly. Embrace your uniqueness, your strengths, your quirks, even your weaknesses.
Because those imperfections, they're part of what makes you, you.
And that's what people connect with, that authenticity.
So to everyone listening out there, remember this.
You've got this.
You have everything you need to create the life you want.
Believe in yourself, take action, and don't be afraid to fail.
Because even failure is just a stepping stone to something even greater.
So go out there and make it happen.
And keep diving deep.